YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. I have a very special video for you guys today. So many of you guys have been asking in my comments for my controller settings, my aim assist settings, my sensitivity, my Scuf Controller settings, because I just got a brand new Scuf Controller. Shout out to them. What I have my paddles mapped to, everything and all of that. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over all of my controller settings as well as a few of my graphics settings. So you guys have the juice for the next couple of months or Black Ops 6 drops. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you guys are excited for Black Ops 6, what you guys are anticipating. Are we gonna get a new map with Warzone? Are we gonna get Verdansk back? Are we staying on Urzikstan? We honestly have no idea. In a few weeks, COD Next is gonna be going live, so we're gonna get a ton more of new information about Black Ops 6 campaign, multiplayer, and zombies, as well as hopefully some information on Warzone. Before we dive even further, do me a favor, if you're not currently subscribed, drop a subscription on the channel, and if you enjoy this video and my content, drop a like as well. It is free and the easiest way to support the channel. Let's get into it. So, back to basics, we are obviously going to be rocking with the aiming input device set to controller. This is my brand new Scuf Controller that I mentioned in a previous video. We are now officially affiliated with Scuf. You guys can use the link down below in this video or the one in my description if you would like to cop a custom controller. They've got digital triggers, digital bumpers, 4 different customizable paddles on the back. So also insane customization options as far as faceplates, thumbsticks, and all the other buttons. So if you guys want to check out Scuf, feel free to do so. Okay, so as far as my button layout goes, I play on tactical. Basically what this does is it makes your right joystick your change stance / slide / dive. So in order to slide cancel, get better movement, I like to use both my joysticks for movement and use my B button on Xbox controller as melee, because I really don't be meleeing that much. When I do, I don't want to have to click down hard on my joystick. So we are playing on tactical button layout. I didn't customize any of the other settings, but here are the keybinds for the controller if you guys would like me to scroll down. Basically same as default. The only 2 things that are swapped are your melee and your dive button. Bumper ping is set to off, and so is the flip LB, LT, RB, RT. All that does is going to change your lethal and your tactical, your ADS and your fire from the triggers to the bumpers. Some people do play that way. You get less like trigger delay, but I have a Scuf. I don't have input delay with those. I have the adjustable trigger stop, so it's not really a problem. Shout out to Scuf. Stick layout preset is going to be set to default. I know some people play on Southpaw from playing the OG Halo. Some people play on Legacy Southpaw. I currently play on default. It's what I've been most comfortable with. I do have my controller vibration set to off simply because I feel like it just brings a little bit of distraction into gunfights. I don't really like feeling it. Actually, on my new Scuf, I got the vibration rumbles taken out. Fun fact, it does save you money. Okay, as far as my dead zones go, you guys will notice in some of my videos, I do have some stick drift. It's not because, you know, my controller is a piece of is because I have my dead zone set relatively low so I get the maximum amount of aim assist possible. So what I recommend you guys do if you want to kind of master your own dead zone is going into a private match with bots on custom multiplayer or whatever, going into Warzone boot camp and literally fine-tuning your sensitivity, your dead zone, and your aim down sight sensitivity based on your personal preference. Because while my settings will give you a good baseline of, hey, I really like these settings way more than what I'm currently using, I may have a few things that I fine-tune directly to myself, specifically for what I like. It may not work for you, so definitely go in to a private match or whatever, fine-tune these, adjust these, practice with it for a day or 2. If you don't like it, you feel yourself getting worse, change it back, adjust it, but that is what I recommend. I currently have my left stick min and my right stick min both set to 5, as well as my max is set to 99. As far as my aim sensitivity goes, this has been a huge question that I've been asked countless times, not even just recently, but over the years of me streaming. I'm currently playing on 6.6 sensitivity, with my sensitivity multiplier set to 1.0 across the board. Now, where this gets deep is the custom sensitivity per zoom. We will get into that in just a moment. Let me go over the rest of these settings. I've got my aim response curve top set to standard with the slope scale set to 80. Well, let's dive into the custom sensitivity per zoom. Basically, instead of having a default ADS multiplier across every weapon that you use, say it be a one times optic on an AR or an SMG, or an 8 times optic on a sniper, you would have the same sensitivity across the board. So of course, whenever you're zoomed in and you have a high sensitivity, you're going to be zooming around the map. That thing, it's going to make you extremely dizzy and motion sick. So what I did was I adjusted my sensitivity to bring it down on the low zoom so I don't have to really, so I don't flick as fast and I'm not jumping all over the place with my joystick, right? But as when it gets up to the higher zooms, I like to have it a little bit higher sensitivity so I can just barely tap it, and I can jump across a building or across an open field and get to my next target if it's a high zoom optic. So here are these custom sensitivities. This did take me quite a while to get used to once I did turn this option on. I recommend turning it on, trying it out. If you don't like it, you can always turn it back off and just play on what you were playing on before. As far as aim assist goes, I do have that turned on, and I'm still playing on Black Ops aim assist. I've tried playing on default. I've tried playing on every single one of these custom aim assist types, and honestly, none of them do it for me like Black Ops do. So I'm just gonna stick with what I got going on. Third person ADS correction type is gonna be set to assist, motion sensor, and all this stuff is gonna be turned off. You don't need it. Now, the gameplay settings is where it gets kind of a little bit deeper, and a lot of these are, once again, personal preference. But moving forward, if you are a movement player and you like to move around the map and you know, get around fast and get in and out of gunfights, these are the settings that you're going to be wanting to be running. I kind of have my settings specifically done for quick side canceling, being able to mantle stuff fast, not get hung up on stuff. So I'm gonna go over all these. Obviously, first things first, you're gonna want to be rocking on automatic tactical sprint. If you're not rocking automatic tac sprint, now that we have specialists in the game, tac boots in the game, they refreshed the delay on tac sprint. Automatic tac sprint is the way to go if you want to be moving around the map. I've got slide maintain sprints set to off, auto move forward set to off, tactical sprint behavior set to single tap sprint. So this means if you barely tap your joystick up, you're going to automatically start sprinting instead of doing the little like brisk walk or run that sometimes you do if you don't have this setting on. Grounded mantle, airborne mantle, and automatic ground mantle / hang needs to be set to off. All of these need to be set to off if you don't want to catch yourself getting stuck hanging on a ledge or a door frame or a ladder or a wall whenever you're getting shot in the back or sniped from across the map. Now, slide dive behavior needs to be tap to slide. Some people do play on hybrid. I prefer to play on tap to slide because I don't really, I can hold if I want to dive in certain situations, but sometimes hybrid kind of gets me messed up and I dive in places that I don't want to dive and I slide cancel in places that I don't want to slide. So moving on, plunging underwater is going to be set to trigger. Parachute automatic behavior needs to be set to off. I know some people didn't know how to turn it off to where you can just splat your legs and your parachute doesn't automatically open. So it's going to be under the gameplay tab under parachute automatic behavior needs to be set to off if you would like that. Sprinting door bash means you can literally sprint directly through a door and open it without having to press X to interact and open it slowly, okay? Ledge climb behavior needs to be set to mantle only, and gas mask activation is going to be set to manual. Aim down sight behavior set to hold. Basically, this just means you hold your whenever you hold your trigger, you ADS. Whenever you let go, you un-ADS. Some people like to have it on toggle. It's like toggle on, toggle off, but that's for me. Change zoom activation is basically if you have a multi-zoom scope or optic, you're gonna click your left stick once to zoom in again, and then zoom out. That's all that is. Equipment behavior set to hold, weapon mount activation, ADS plus melee. A lot of these are just kind of things that you don't really realize that you use in the game, but you use more than you think. Tac stance is ADS plus down button. I didn't really change that because that's what the setting was in Modern Warfare 3 and in the MW3 beta, so I just left it as default. Interact and reload behavior. I prioritize interact all of the time because sometimes I'll be trying to loot, and if this wasn't the case, I'd be reloading my gun instead of picking up the place that I need before the next gunfight. Armor plate behavior is set to apply all. I know some people still apply one by one, but it's much faster if you just apply them all at once so you don't have to constantly sit there and spam your controller. So the quick C4 detonation, I know a lot of you guys have been asking me about this one as well. Bree, how do you get your C4 to blow up one by one? Mine blow up all at once. One by one needs to be the setting that it's on, but here's the trick. You have to make sure that whenever you throw the first C4, it hits the ground or some sort of, you know, like a wall or a rooftop or something, because if you throw it, you'll throw them both instead of detonating them one by one. So make sure you guys keep that in mind. Yeah, man, honestly, this is pretty much it as far as the controller settings go. Let's go in a little bit deeper to my Scuf controller. I'll go over my paddles, what they're mapped to, and things like that. So as far as the paddles go on my Scuf controller, my far right, bottom right paddle is mapped to my jump button. So if I'm ever in a gunfight and don't want to take my thumbs off my joysticks, which is what Scuf is amazing for, I can literally aim, shoot, dive, whatever, press this paddle and bunny hop like 2 and 2 or away from my enemy. My top right paddle is mapped to switching weapons and plating up. So it's another beautiful thing that if I'm in the middle of a gunfight or I'm trying to reset a gunfight running away, I can plate up without having to take my thumbs off the. My bottom left paddle is mapped to reload, and my top left paddle is bound melee. So overall, a Scuf is an amazing investment if you're taking FPS games seriously. Being able to keep your fingers on the joysticks at all times in the middle of gunfights makes a huge difference in how they play out, because you can kind of keep aiming as well as doing everything you need to do. So shout out to Scuf once again. I'm gonna have my editor put the link right here down below in this video, and it is also in my YouTube video description. If you guys would like to purchase Scuf Controller, please use my link, and you can use any other creator's discount code. It's a 1. Shout out to Scuf for hooking us up. I'm gonna give you guys a quick rundown of my audio. Once again, so many people have been asking me how I can hear footsteps so well, how I get such good audio. Shout out to Artist War. I'll have my editor pin or tag his YouTube channel down below, either on the screen or however we're gonna do it. But shout out to Art, man. He has came up with the most amazing tune for Warzone, because we all know that when Urzikstan first dropped, the audio was absolute. Okay, so if you guys play on PC and you don't feel like you have good audio, definitely hit up Artist War. Here's his YouTube channel. He's got a ton of videos on audio, controller settings, everything like that that you guys need to know. It's super easy to set up. So definitely shout out to Art, man. It's night and day as far as audio and footsteps go, man. You guys have probably heard it in my videos. It's insane. So play on PC speaker with the art tune enabled. Here's my master game volume, everything like that. A lot of audio settings are going to be case by case, whether you play on console, PC, what kind of hardware you have. But that was the main thing, was letting you guys know that I do use the Artist War audio tune, and it's definitely worth the time setting it up. Or you can book an appointment with him and he will set it all up for you. No hassle. Very simple. If you guys enjoyed this video, please do me a favor, drop a thumbs up before you head out. Thank you guys so much for all the support. We are very, very close to 14,000 subs. So I will see you guys either on my live stream here on YouTube. I am streaming vertically live every single day. I will also see you if you guys want to check it out. Check my live streams out on TikTok or Kick. I'm live every single weekday. I'll catch you guys next week.